Good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, everyone, here we are out at the corn patch. Do y'all see a difference from yesterday? Well, I sure do. It looks as if the smaller corn plants have pretty much caught up with the larger ones in just one day. So I am thankful. We're just about in full bloom. Looks as if we're gonna get it early this year because of this heat. And let's zoom in down there. You can see I have a lot of them down there too, and plenty more coming. Alrighty, so we're not gonna go over all the plants. I'll just do the keyhole garden. No slugs today, I already checked. Don't have any in the greenhouse, nor did I have any out here. We're supposed to get severe thunderstorms tonight. We were supposed to get some this afternoon, but they rolled over. It got dark like it's starting to get now with the black clouds. It's about 8:15, but they passed over and we ended up not getting the storms, but they're coming tonight for sure because it's starting to cool down. And you know what happens when you mix cool weather with hot weather? It's currently 84 degrees. I'm certain that we hit 100 today, if not beyond. As I call it, hell Celsius. Look at this, y'all. This is about to be spectacular. We got a few flowers, and then there's one on the ground down there. It fell over. Oh, it died off. They do die quick too. So these are probably, usually full bloom doesn't happen until the 4th of July. We're ahead of schedule this year, so it looks as if we're getting the full bloom momentarily here. And even the ones in the back are starting to bloom. They normally don't bloom until August. I got a few more yellow flowers today, and I still see some more getting ready to come. See them? See the buds? So it looks as if I'm gonna get the triple bloom this year. Here's some opening up right here. And you see some yellows in there, but you also see the orange ones coming, especially down there. Let's zoom in. See those right there? Those are orange. So it's gonna be an array of yellow, orange, and the red ones are still going strong. And I have more buds there. This is gonna be beautiful. This is the first year that I've ever gotten the triple bloom. I know that it bloomed triply, but usually one would be dying off as the other one would bloom, and I would see a few hours of the triple bloom. But this year, I'm gonna get a few days of it, and I cannot wait. I wanna see how it looks once it does that. Now down here, I have a bloom that's already out, which is shocking to me. And I still need to clean out this this bed some more. I did a little bit yesterday in the corner, and then I didn't pull any of the ground weeds, which I need to do. I'm a cut on Monday. We're supposed to only hit 80 next Monday, so that's the day when the lawnmower will be pulled out again. But see those blooms there, and then you see the yellow? Hold on. Right there, there's the yellow. Now the blooms back there, if I'm not mistaken, they are blue, and I don't know what that flower is, and they don't look anything like my sister called them I've had 3 different names: ditch lilies, I forget what Renee called them, another type of lily, and then my sister called them tiger lilies. I said, well, I'll just call them lilies. Okay, and I didn't even ask my sister. She was like, oh, your tiger lilies are, I was like, I thought they were ditch lilies. I have a new potato plant that just came up. Okay, so I guess, so everything's growing. That's my assumption. So this is gonna stay in a while. I'm gonna try to get these I'm gonna wait until they die back totally. I mean, they're gonna have to be very dead before I pull those potatoes up from this bed. Now the one up front, it hasn't begun to die yet, so there, that and the garlic is going to go until they can't go any further. Look at, this is Lock and Key. So Mr. Key and Mrs. Lock. Okay, look at Mr. Key. See the new growth in just, how long has it been since I've had him? A week and a half, 2 weeks? But look at that new growth. After I pruned this bad boy, he just took off with the new growth. He really has. Since I pruned him and put him in the keyhole garden, there's another new piece of new growth right there. And since these bloom in July, you never know. I might mess around and get some honeyberries. I pulled a blueberry off and I have 2 there that are just about ready, but I got that one because you know me. I said if I can get one, I'm happy. But I did get a blueberry off of there today, and I'll show it to you. It's in the greenhouse. And those 2, if the birds don't get a hold to them, I'm going to get those too. Now, Mrs. Honeyberry, which is Mrs. Lock. Look at that. Going right on up that little fake trellis. There's some dead foliage down at the bottom. I'll get that later, but all in all, she's doing really well. And she has some new growth too that I saw on there. Okay. I'm being conscious of the time. Thank God this weather cooled down. I'm telling you, it's not cool. It's still hot and muggy, but it did cool down. And I hope the storms don't take our power. And it did rain again last night, so that's helping the plants. Here's the blueberry that I picked, y'all. There it is. And it's going to be eaten today. I want to see what it tastes like. So I got at least one. Look at there, y'all. Raspberries galore. I got them all over. You can't see them all, but it's some at the back. And I think I'm going to put this raspberry, remember that hole I was telling y'all about in my front yard? There was once a tree there years ago, and it's a hole there that you can trip in. It's not a deep hole, but you could tell a tree was once there. There's no roots there. It had been dug up. I think I might stick that raspberry bush in that hole there in my yard because it's so big and it's going to get bigger. Here we go with my sweet banana peppers. They're doing good. Even with the damage to the leaves, it's still producing. So I'm gonna just let it produce. Mr. Bull said on last night that you should let your plants get strong. I'm gonna just let this one go. But hopefully at Pelly's and at Lowe's, they will have some of those peppers, especially at Lowe's, because they had full pepper plants that were full of peppers, and sweet peppers at that. Look at here, y'all. I got blooms, and this is the female. Oh no, that's the male. But anyway, that's okay because I have plenty of female in there. I think I've counted at least 5, and they are supposed to guarantee me a cucumber. Granted, I don't kill the plant. And we're not going to go all the way down. I had no slugs today. None. Let me shake my tomato plant. This is my San Marzano. He's finally bloomed for me, so let me shake him. And I think that's a Nostradum. That flower in there with it. Look at this. I'm getting my Korean, these are the Crenshaw melons that are coming. And then my Korean melons are starting up over there. And Diana, I know you planted Korean melon too. Those grow like cucumbers. And they're usually ready to harvest just like cucumbers. Green beans are back in action. Look at the new blooms, y'all. And look at the green beans. There's one right there. And there's another one behind it, a baby one. And there's some more throughout. So, and as you can see, no slugs today. But I have found out if the slugs leave them alone just one day, they bounce right back. So I am thankful. I did cut down the lettuce today, and I harvested the Swiss chard. I'm gonna have to do something about those greens. I did spray the 7, and I'm not seeing the fungus gnats in here. Look at here, y'all. I'm still getting strawberries, the pinkies. So hopefully there's still some more of those because I would like to add to the repertoire at least one more plant. And Morris, I am just so pleased with Morris. You can tell that Morris is growing because Morris has just about reached the top of the stick there. And there's lots of new growth on Morris. And everything else is doing good. I need to cut some more of this mint. And I need to repot it. I still haven't done that yet. Well, y'all, an adventure is about to begin. Crops and Robert called me on today to inform me of some excellent news. He went back to check on the black raspberry bush that he discovered the other day to see if the raspberries had ripened, because with this weather they should have, but they're not quite ready, he told me. So he said, remind me to go back over there and to check it again. So he called back and said, well, I made it over there. And he said they weren't ready. But he decided to inspect the property a little bit further. He said he found about 5 more raspberry plants. He said, and they all have raspberries and blooms coming, but they're not ripe yet. So he doesn't know what that variety is. Okay, so he summoned me. He's going to be coming to get me. We're going to wait a couple of days. We're going to meet at the property. I'll probably go to his house because I've been promising him that I would come over and see his garden since it has exploded even more. And I mean that, but the problem is it's too hot right now. But when I go over in a couple of days, I told him we just going to have to fight the heat. Get your Gatorade, have some ice on hand. We're going to get as many propagations. We're going to pick the raspberries together. He's going to get some. I'm going to get some because he's making wine. I'm going to make some jelly with mine. I'm going to just freeze them up and make some jelly since there's 5 plants there. So now, instead of getting propagations off of the one, we have 5 to get propagations off of. So I told him, bring a shovel. I'm going to take my little axe pick, the thing like Diana uses when she plants her trees. I have a brand new axe pick and it's short. I'm going to take that axe pick. I'm going to take my shovel, a rake. I'm going to take every tool that I can think of so that we can get, because I told Robert, I don't want to propagate where I have to root the rosemary. If we can get down far enough, if we can get a few pieces of the root, then all we have to do is plant it. All we need is a stick. And what I'm going to do with my propagations, a few will go in the keyhole garden for next year. In fact, I'm gonna make that keyhole garden is going to become a perennial garden. And so, what better than fruit bushes? And what else I have in there? That arugula, and I have that asparagus in there. So the rest is gonna be fruit. And I don't care how bushy it gets. I can always move it later, along the fence. That's where the grapevines are going. This is going to be up front, and then there's another spot where that one spot is where I can't grow grass, and I got the peas there in that container. That can hold a bush too. So all the fruit I can even think of, I'm going to get. So those raspberries, I told them if somebody spent that expensive money for the black raspberries, they probably bought some golden and other varieties as well. So I'm really looking forward to those raspberries starting to blossom, so we'll be able to see the color and we'll know the variety when we see them. So slap me 5 and slap Crops and Robert 5. So we're going to get that done in a couple of days. So I'm definitely going to film that. That'll be an episode for sure of both of us getting the free raspberries. I told them we're going to be saving a couple of $100s by doing that. Yep, if not more. And then the other thing I discovered today, I went to the store to get some chicken. I did make my tarragon chicken tonight, and it looks as if it came out good. I don't know what it's going to taste like. And no, I didn't make it like the people from France. I didn't make a hollandaise sauce and all that stuff. I just made it like I make my regular baked chicken, where it's my aunt's recipe. It's a garlic butter chicken recipe. You put garlic powder on the chicken, and then you cover it. You season it. I usually use rosemary and thyme, so I used a little rosemary, a little thyme, and I also put French tarragon over top. Then you sprinkle it with a thin layer of flour, and then you take your butter pats. You put 1 to 2 pats of butter on each chicken thigh, and then I put a little water in there to keep it moist for moisture, and then I cover with tinfoil and bake. So that's how I did it today, and I believe it's going to be good because I was able to cut a nice sprig off, because that French tarragon, that thing is really, the one up front is really doing a job for me. The one in here is growing too, but the one up front is really growing. It's probably twice the size as the one back here. So I've only cut from this one maybe twice, but the one up front, I cut off from that. I've cut off of that maybe 4 times thus far. And it just keeps coming back, just keeps coming back. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I bought some more butter today, so I'll probably make up another batch of French tarragon butter. But when I was on my way to the store today, I was driving down the side of the road, and I had noticed this before, but today it really jumped out at me. One of the neighbors who live in the corner house at one of the streets down my side road that leads to the grocery store has, it looks to be about 1,000 of those small bricks, the landscaping bricks, and they're just stacked up in his backyard neatly. I believe, and they've been there. I saw them last summer, and then they caught my eye again today. The next time I see him out there, I'm going to go and ask, what are you doing with those bricks? I will offer to either buy them, or if he wants to give them away. And if he gives those bricks away, if he doesn't need them anymore, and he's willing to either sell them or give them away, I'm going to get those bricks, and that's going to allow me to build either a huge garden bed or a huge keyhole garden. I mean, it's probably about 1,000 bricks out there. It's a lot. It's enough for me to do some damage with. So if I'm able to do that, I will take that bed from against the fence there that I'm using with the wood. I will take that apart and build a big keyhole garden there. I don't know if I would go in the round. I'll go in the circular fashion. You can make them square too, or rectangle, but I prefer the round. And I will be able to go up so many rows that I won't even have to bend. And then I could probably add to the keyhole garden here. I can go up a few more stacks. So that's the plan. Okay, we're at 17 minutes. Let's end this 3 minutes early. And I'm going to get off of here because it looks like it's about to start storming. And let's see what the temperature is. Oh, the other raspberries, here they are. You guys, I don't know if you can see them. They haven't turned into raspberries yet, but they're getting there. We got them there. There's some coming in the back. So it's going to take a minute for this. And this is really growing too. Look at that. Whole new stem. I mean, this thing has really, I'm thankful for how it took off for me. So I will get some fruit off of this year. It won't be much. There's one right there. So I'll get a couple of clusters off of this. Enough for me to know what variety I have and enough for me to taste them. Okay. Our current temperature in here is, it looks like, it's hard to see. It's approximately 74 degrees in here right now. And I know it's 84 outside. So with this shade cloth, I like how it's keeping the temperature 10 degrees lower than it is outside. Earlier when I was in here briefly, and I mean briefly, because it was so hot outside, I came in here for a few minutes. I forget what for. Oh, to water the plants. And then I left out. The temperature at that time, and let me get my blueberry. You going in the house, buddy. You about to get eaten tonight. But the temperature in here at the time was 90 degrees. So it hasn't hit 100, so I'm thankful. All right, you guys, we're at 19 minutes, so I'm going to end it here. So you all have a wonderful evening, and may God bless you all. And I hope I got to everybody's video today. I'm going to scan through again, but I did watch quite a few today. I saw Diana's. I saw Grow Joyfully. So if you're a stranger listening to this channel, check out those channels. Grow Joyfully, Diana's Homestead, Renee's Garden Adventures, Carrie's Homestead, Miss Peach Homestead. I think that's your name. I have to look again. And there's so many more. Maggie, a maker and gardener. Then we have Grandma Sandy. I mean, so many great channels, and I watch every one of them. Lisa's Journey, I watch them all every day when they post a video. I watch them and I watch the whole video through. So I be busy, y'all, on YouTube, but I truly enjoy it, just like you guys enjoy watching each other's videos. I just really like our little community that you all found me and accepted me in, because I felt out of place everywhere else, especially at those huge big channels that have over 200,000 members. You just don't feel, you go there to learn, but you feel out of place when you respond or say anything. I like ours because we all talk to each other. We belong to each other's channels, all that good stuff. I really like that. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna get off of here, and you all have a wonderful evening, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.